Hello, good morning. This is teacher Jacob, and this video is for 8th grade. Today, we're going to have video class, and this video class is listening, and also we're going to study grammar a little bit. Okay, so according to this, let's study pages 109 and 110. Okay, so you need to listen, you need to complete page 109 and 110. Okay, I repeat, you need to complete with this video a listening exercise and grammar exercise on page 109 and 110. Okay, got it? This? Let's go. Let's do it. So first, let's go to the book. So you're gonna open the book on page 109, unit 9, and this section is about listening. So look, there are four pictures, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, they have different situations, so we need to check it out. This listening. So listen. My life as a volunteer. Imagine you're going to review Teresa about life in Tanzania. Write 3 questions to ask her. Okay, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna do this listening to an interview with Teresa and check if the interviewer asks your questions. Okay, so listen again, and underline the correct options to complete the sentences. Okay. So activity 1, you need is to listen, and then you tell me which one starts. It is a health clinic, or children gather, or day begins, or bright stars of Tanzania. All right. So let's see what's going on here. So you're gonna listen, concentrate. So listen to this. It's very important when you are doing this listening exercise that you read first. So when you are reading, what you have to do, you have an idea what you need, what you are going to do. So listen, and exercise 1, exercise 3, activity A, B, C. So listen and underline the correct options to complete the sentences. Teresa became a volunteer because she what's the reason? Because she was interested in Africa, she lived in Tanzania when she was a child, or wanted to help people. B. Before going to Tanzania, Teresa once was a nurse for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. C. It's good to speak the local language because people feel you are interested in them. You can buy things more cheaply. 3, you make friends more easily. Okay? And that's all, nothing else. So listen, and you're gonna choose. Okay? So before, let's do it, if it's possible for you to listen this, and perhaps we can continue. Okay? Or let me I read for you. Perhaps it's better because of the time. So this is an interview and Teresa. So interviewer, why did you come a volunteer, Teresa? Teresa, I always wanted to help people. I think it's really important. That's why I became a nurse. I worked in the US for a couple of years. Couple is 2 years. Couple of years, and then I became a volunteer interviewer. So to be a volunteer in Tanzania, do you have to have work experience, Teresa? Yes, you have to have experience, at least of 2 years. Interviewer. What what about the language? Do you have to speak the local language? Teresa. No, you don't have to speak the local language, but it helps to learn. If you speak their language, people feel you are interested in their country, culture, and in them. Interviewer. Is the school where you work very different from the schools back home? Teresa. Not, it isn't. Back home, students don't have to wear uniform. Children in Tanzania have to wear a uniform. Interviewer. What about the teachers, Teresa? Teachers don't have to wear one, but students do. Everyone has to go to a morning assembly every day and sing the national anthem. They don't have to do that all the schools back home, but everything is very similar. Interviewer. Do you have to sing the national anthem? Teresa. No, I don't have to sing it, but I tried. I'm still learning Kinswahili. Interviewer. Do the students have to speak English at school? Teresa. No, they don't. They have to learn it, but they don't have to speak it in most classes. I have to teach English too. The students enjoyed it. You get it? This listen and repeat. Listen, and then you choose Teresa become a volunteer. She wasn't interested in Africa. She lived in Tanzania when she was a child, or she wanted to help people. So you listen and then you're going to. So let me read the last time and then you can complete. Okay. So, interviewer, why did you become a volunteer, Teresa? Teresa, I've been always wanted to help people. I think it's really important. And that's why I became a nurse. I worked in the US for a couple of years when I became a volunteer interviewer. So, to be a volunteer in Tanzania, do you have to work experience? Yes, you have to have experience at least 2 years. Interviewer, what about the language? Do you have to speak the local language? Teresa, no, you don't have to speak a local language, but it helps to learn. If you speak their language, people feel that you're interested in country and culture and in them. Interviewer, in the schools where you work very different from the schools back home? Not, it isn't. Back home, students don't have to wear uniforms. Children in Tanzania have to wear uniform. Interviewer, what about the teachers? Teresa, teachers don't have to wear one, but the students do. Everyone has to go to a morning assembly every day and sing the national anthem. They don't have to do at school back home, but everything is very different and similar. Interviewer, do you have to sing the national anthem? No, I don't have to sing it, but I tried. I'm still learning Kinswahili. The students have to speak English at school? No, Teresa, no, they don't. They have to learn it, but they don't have to speak in most most classes. I have to teach them, and the students enjoy it. So this is the listening. So let me see, help you in number exercise A, exercise 3, letter A. Teresa became a volunteer because she was interested in Africa, not really, according to the listening. She lived in Tanzania when she was a child. Okay, the listening didn't say anything about that. And she wanted to help people. Yes, at the beginning of the listening, say that she wanted to help people, and um, and that's the reason why she went to Tanzania. B. Before going to Tanzania, Teresa was a nurse for 1 year, 2 years, and 5 years. So, as I told you, it was couple. Couple, it means 2 years. Okay. Now you are gonna complete C. So here the answer is 2 years, and here you need to answer. It's good to speak a local language because, okay, she says something about that. So you can choose one, two, three, and mark the things that share according to Teresa description of the student's life in her school. We're uniform, rule or not rule. I mean, if the school obligates the students to use on uniform, yes or not? So according to the lesson, and of course, we're not talking about anything else. All right. Okay. Now let's go to the next section. It is about 110. Yes. It is about grammar. And what is it? Basically, what we need to understand is have to or don't have to. It means obligation. It means you have to. Remember, we study here some auxiliary. We have here, remember, must. So this have to and don't have to, it means obligation. So it is similar to when we say must. All right. So must is like an obligation. And here we have to obligation. One of the example is you have to. You have to study for the final exam. I mean, it's like a mandatory. It's an obligation that you have to study. You had to do it. If you don't do it, it's gonna be problem for you. It's gonna be difficult for you to do the final exam. So notice this. This is something that we use all the time. In other words, what we're talking in this case is about present tense. I mean, we're not talking about anything else. So remember here, have to or don't have to, it means tener. Tú tienes que o no tienes que. Y ese es debes. Okay, it is similar. Obligation. All right. So, do the students have to speak English at school? It means obligation, que si los estudiantes tienen que hablar inglés en el colegio. They have to. So, it is an obligation or not? No, they don't. I don't have to sing it. Yo no tengo que cantar esa canción o no tengo que cantar the national song, el himno de cada país or something like that. Okay. For example, I'm going to ask you one question. Do you have to learn English? Que si tienen que aprender inglés, do you have to learn English? So according to your perspectives, I mean your life, you say yes or not. Yes, I have. Si tengo. Or no, I don't have. Because it's my it's what I want to do. It's something else or something like that. So according to obligation, you need to complete here with expressions obligation. Okay. So here you have to write according to this obligation here. Complete have to or don't have to. I have to obligation an obligation don't have to. So don't have to express no obligation. Okay.